KDB. KDB.
Beats Planet.
And we are back on this totally confusing Monday after a bye week. It's confusing because I've been a YouTuber for a while, right? But you know, back in the day, I ain't really had no schedule. You know what I mean? I wasn't required to show up on Mondays and Tuesdays. Like if I just didn't feel like doing it, you know what I mean? I just simply didn't. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just roll around. But now I'm more like Will Steele. You know, I'm more on this scheduled show. You feel me? So now we back after the bye week. On a normal Voch Lombardi day, I wouldn't be here because we ain't got nothing to talk about. But the volume keep dropping. Hey man, as long as the volume keep funding this experience, what you want me to do? Not come to work? What you want me to not show up? You know what I mean? So we up here trying to prep for the show. Like, man, we ain't got no film to talk about. We ain't had no game to talk about. We got a little bit of Odell Beckham news. And look, on a regular day when we got film and other shit to talk about, we may talk about Odell Beckham for what, Will? Like, 9 minutes?
About 9 minutes, yeah.
Oh, we talking about Odell Beckham all day, cuz. all day. We content kings, man. We gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? We gonna figure out how to get this going, man. We're going to bring a quality show to you one way or another. I am your host, Lombardicus Prime.
Holy shit. Where'd you find this?
VOCHLOMBARDI on all social media platforms. Come on, Will. Don't look at me like that, man. I've been point guard about the best of the business.
What does he do?
Pass it to Will.
Yes.
William Steele, man.
Everybody going down.
What's good with you, brother?
What's good, famo? I like that. What's that from?
It was so. Look, Will, this is my problem. This is my problem, Will Steele. Trapaholics mixtapes. We are in that era where we were smack dab in the middle of it, right? Whether it be Dipset, whether it be exactly, whether it be Dipset, 50, Wayne, Jeezy, no matter what it was, right? You knew the Trapaholics mixtape drops, right? The problem is, this is my favorite Trapaholics mixtape drop.
Holy shit. Where'd you find this?
There's nothing better than holy shit. Where'd you find this? But you can find the sound drop anywhere on the internet, Will Steele. They got every single Trapaholic sound drop except holy shit.
Yeah, because I always hear the damn son. Like, but I never hear that one. That's interesting.
You never hear holy shit. You never hear it. But so I had to go and find one of the old Trapaholics mixtapes, and I had to skim through the songs to find which one gave me as least music in the background as possible. And I settled on one from the Drought Is Over. Number 5. That's
YouTube, we don't want no problem. So
no problem. That's why I kept it real short. But we'll talk about Wayne one day when we're not talking about football. This will be a great day to talk some non-football, but we actually have some things to talk about today. So we're sitting around minding our business. We just chilling and we just cooling, right? And of course, we hear different reports about different players that the Cowboys are interested in, but we don't really bite on every hook, Will Steele. We don't take all the bait. You know what I'm talking about? And then we hear Jerry Jones in his quote. Beckham is a player we've been looking at for a long time. You know what I mean? But we've been conditioned to not listen to Jerry. You know what I mean? If Steven don't say it, I ain't really into it. You know what I mean? And then Steven started talking with it. I said, okay, Steven talking a little bit, but Steven keeping it gangster though. Steven said, hey man, we got James Washington coming back. You know what I mean? Keeping it play. You know what I mean? The regular shit we don't want to hear. Oh, Semi's here in case of emergency. Yeah, we'll look at Odell. We'll look at Odell back. You know what I mean? But still we don't fall into the madness. Because every time we'll get a Ian Rappaport drop saying such and such is interested in Cowboys. Oh, that's just for the money. They're using Cowboy names to drive up the price a little bit. Then Jay Glazer started talking. Will Steele. When Jay Glazer started talking, it's a little different. Because look, Jay Glazer don't pop out. You know what I mean? Jay Glazer don't talk every day. Jay Glazer usually, look, he'll get that fitted suit because his shoulder's bigger than everybody else. He'll put that little fitted suit with that vest on that's only built for him. And he'll come out and say something like, oh man, Tua Tagovailoa is gonna be active today. We talked to their coach. It's cool. Yeah, everything's it's gonna rain in Chicago. It's a cool little thing we're doing over there. The Eagles beat the Texans. Odell Beckham talking about the Cowboys, and it just sets everything on fire. Will Steele. Now, do I believe this report from Jay Glazer? Yep, it's Jay Glazer, right? But we know that there's a lot of things at play here. We know that simply because the Cowboys have interest in Odell Beckham, that don't just mean that Odell Beckham just gonna roll over and Monday he's gonna be a Cowboy. There's gonna be some hurdles. Yeah. It's going to be some hurdles. The one thing that makes me feel good, Will Steele, about Cowboy engagement in particular, ain't no draft picks involved. That makes me feel really good. right? There's something that makes me feel really bad later on. there's some in Odell Beckham's quote we have here that makes me feel terrible later on. But the fact that there are no draft picks involved, all right. That makes me feel a little, you know what I mean? I can dance a little bit, okay, you know? But there's this other thing that Stephen Jones values a lot, and it's cap. It's cap room. It's cap space.
Stop the cap.
Now, Will Steele is a staunch believer. He's very steadfast in what he believes in terms of the salary cap is a myth, you know? And I'm with Will Steele. There's a lot of people that say, oh, well, Voch, we ain't got enough money for Odell Beckham. Let me tell you something. We can hit 3 buttons, cut Tristan Hill, and put this cat on practice squad, and all of a sudden we'll have $15 million. I ain't trying to hit. I ain't trying. We got buttons and contracts. We got a Zach Martin button we've been waiting to touch.
Facts.
We've been waiting to touch. Look, just as easy as
Stop the cap.
we can get $8 more million just out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Just as fast. So now this leaves us in this predicament, right? Okay, well, is Odell Beckham even interested, right? Of course, the Cowboys would love some Odell Beckham help. You know, they sure be nice. Sure be nice if Mark Cooper was here, wouldn't it?
That's a whole. I'm wondering if you're going to go there, but anyway, go ahead.
Amari Cooper show look available, don't he? Will still, motherfucker show look available in Cleveland, don't he? I don't know. But Odell Beckham, who is unavailable right now,
No, he's actually available.
he gets cleared Friday, but just as of today, that motherfucker unavailable. Cooper's way more available than Odell Beckham right now. Whatever. But then there's the idea that Odell Beckham has to be interested in us. That's one thing. Then somehow the Cowboys have to be a lot more interesting than Odell's other options, right? And I don't think there's going to be many teams that wouldn't want some help from Odell Beckham. You understand? So the Odell Beckham was on this, Complex has different branches of Complex, and they got a Complex sports branch. Voch ain't know. I just thought Complex talked about hip hop. I didn't know that they had Complex sports and shit, right? But Odell was on some podcast. It's coming out this weekend, but they put the little clip on the Twitter machine, and all Odell Beckham had to do is say Cowboys for this thing to turn into the news. You understand? Somebody play this sound clip, and then we'll go into some takeaways on what we learned from Odell Beckham's sound clip from Complex Sports podcast show thing.
Buffalo, whether it was Green Bay calling the Cowboys, whether reunion with the Giants, like I want to be able to spill like my last. I'm not saying I only got 3 or 4 left, but these next 3 or 4 years into something where I could buy a home. Like I can call this place home. Yeah. I'm tired of living out of too many suitcases.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just not. I've done the rock and roll life.
Before we get started, can we get flames in the chat for Will Steele for just having a beautiful graphic while I got the sound clip going there? Can we just give a shout out to Will Steele because he's the best in business?
What does he do? Pass it to Will.
You goddamn right I do. Goddamn right I passed to Will. Now, Odell Beckham, interesting things that you said there. Odell kind of got a list of criteria, and one of those, something in that list kind of made me nervous a little bit, which is interesting because I think most teams that are coming after Odell Beckham are in win now mode.
Yeah.
And when you're in win now mode, you typically take less long deals, right? Odell Beckham wants to be somewhere for a while. That's what makes me nervous about Stephen Jones. So before I get into the rest of my monologue soliloquy, Will Steele, do you think the fact that Odell Beckham want to be somewhere for long term, do you think that deters Stephen Jones and company from making a long-term offer to him?
I actually think this could play out in a Cowboys' favor.
I agree.
If done correctly. Mm-hmm. Because a short-term deal could mean you got to take up all of cap space, number one, right? We're talking about a dude who stopped the cap. He loves the cap.
Yes.
But if I can make this a 3-year deal, last year's a void year, right? You can get out of it after next year. You can really play with this money. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you can manipulate the money. I want to get back to what you said, where it was like, what's good about this is it costs no draft picks. I feel like Steven really holds tight on those draft picks. This guy didn't cost you that. It'll cost you some money, but at some point, you got to be willing to gamble. I said this earlier. Do you believe that this gamble, I use quotes, because I don't think it's that big of a gamble, but do you believe a 3-year deal with Odell Beckham where you're possibly having a void year, incentives, you get an injury clause in there, you could do a lot to protect you. Do you believe that's even gambling?
With this dude, I don't think it's gambling.
I don't either.
And I think it depends on the money at the end of the day. You know, and I hate that we got to do this because just as fast as we can, boy, you can make some more money. But I think there's another thing at play that could be interesting here, Will. So we talking about long-term thing. Let me ask you this, Will. Micah Parsons has played, and I'm just this ain't me going off on a tangent. This all gonna tie into a nice little bow. Micah Parsons has played so well that you can actually think about his money early, right? You go, man, that's Micah money. Sure. I even think Trey Diggs in that category. Going into this season, we would think that Lamb was in that category, right? Do you think Lamb has played enough to where we're for sure, for positive, that we're counting his money right now? Because in real life, Will, still, if you super committed to Lamb, then Stephen Jones probably thinking about his money for real. What if Lamb hadn't showed you that?
He's thinking about it because he's eligible after this year.
Definitely. He's eligible. But has he played well enough for us to really consider that? Mike is a dude to where, hey, give him his money now. You can pay Micah right now. I know the organization not moving on from him. Has CeeDee Lamb proven that he's bona fide number one dude yet?
I'd push that out. I'd push that out. You got 5 years if you want to use the 5th round option. What are you going to do? The CeeDee Lamb is not having a Ezekiel Elliott start to his career. Where Zeke, after his 3rd year, he could say, I'm going to go to Cabo. You don't want to pay me, and they fell for it, and they had to pay him. Lamb can't do that yet.
No.
Lamb is still, I mean, they're all still learning when they're that young, but no, I don't think Lamb has played enough to where he has the leverage to pull a move in the offseason. So you can push Lamb out a few years.
And that's what I was thinking, Will, still. Because look, if it was like, hey man, I don't know, man, we got to think about Lamb money in the future. Nowadays, we like, get Lamb. Let's call Odell for a minute to see what he, you know what I mean? Because Lamb hasn't proven that he can carry the load by himself. But Lamb looked damn good when another dude's on the other side. I'm not saying that Lamb is like this dude, but it happened with Juju, right? Juju looked fantastic with an Antonio Brown across the street from him. I'm not saying Lamb is this. I think Lamb's better than Juju. But dudes look different when the scenario is different. Lamb might be like the best.
Well, Voch, I think it comes down to just straight up production.
Sure.
Like Zeke was able to hold that, because Zeke is a perfect example. Look at Zeke's production after 3 years. Hall of Fame trajectory. And I almost wore mine too, but Hall of Fame.
Don't mind me, Will. I'm just a little extra. I don't want to bring no extra attention. I just want to, don't mind me.
Whereas CeeDee Lamb is a good start. Like this not a bad start to CeeDee Lamb's career. 900 yards, 1,100. 5 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns, could potentially get you 1,100 again and 6 touchdowns. Nice little start. No one would complain about that at all. A good enough start to be like, hey, let's sign him now, which is what, $22 million per.
Right.
I'm cool. I wait. I got 2 more seasons, 4th year and a 5th year if I want. Then wait after the 5th year. Yeah, I can do that. Caps going up, all that stuff.
And I definitely want to be careful with my words when I say this, but I think the Cowboys would be better off considering this wide receiver core to be more of a super committee, right? Not like we got a number 1 dude, got a number 2 dude, and all other complimentary guys, right? And I don't want to say wide receiver by committee because Cowboy fans get triggered and we go straight to Deontay Thompson, Cole Beasley, and Allen Hurns and shit. All right, this ain't that. But a super committee to where, hey man, we got CeeDee Lamb. We got Odell Beckham. He ain't Odell Beckham like he used to be, but he better than Noah Brown. We got Michael Gallup. He ain't Michael Gallup like he used to be, but he better than Simeon and them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Can we live in a world with this super committee? You feel what I'm saying? I think that's a good little direction to go. That's a good little wide receiver core to go, where nobody really gets 100 yards in a game because we've lived that before. I'm fine with that. Even if Odell Beckham's job is to let CD get off, cool. Yeah. Whatever makes this offense better. And I think we have to move with that level of urgency because this is the best defense we've seen in a long time. And I think it'll behoove us to not take this offense a little more seriously, right? I think we can win with this offense, but we can tear some shit up if this offense is at least a fraction of as potent as it was last year, Will, still. And I got some other stuff that we're going to talk about. We're going to go around the league a little bit later because that's what you do when you ain't play a game Sunday. We gonna go around the league just a little bit. I just got some other general thoughts for you, Will, and we're going to come back to tie that into the Cowboys. I got another sound clip. This is Mike McCarthy talking about Odell Beckham. Let's see what he's talking about.
As far as Odell, I mean, I think there's two parts to that question. I mean, number one, we really love our receiver group.
Stop the cap.
I really like the balance of, the veterans versus the young guys. So, I think we got better some better football with more opportunities in front of us.
Stop the cap.
But it just, in particular to Odell, I mean, I've always been a huge fan of his. I mean, from Ben McAdoo and Joe Witt, all the guys between that I've worked with in New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns, everybody has nothing but great things to say about him. Obviously, I've always been so impressed with his football playing ability, but I've just heard so many excellent things about him over the years. So, I think those are conversations for the future. But
stop the cap.
We're focused on our guys.
Stop the cap.
Oh, we love him, Will Hill. Boy, that motherfucker can play some football, can't he? Boy, he can play some football. I love everything in the is of love. I love his chains. I love his jersey number selection. Boy, I love his cleats pre. I love everything about Odell. Come play for us. Come play for us. Will Hill, let me ask you something. I hit stop the cap a couple times, right? Do you think Mike McCarthy said, "Oh man, we love the balance between veteran and young players that we have in this locker room"?
With the receivers?
What the hell he said? He said, hold on, go back to my
As far as Odell, I mean, I think there's two parts to that question. I mean, number one, we really love our receiver group, and I really like the balance of, the veterans, versus the young guys.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something, man. I don't care how much old man, young man balance you got. There's one thing that beats old man, young man balance. And I said this to Footsie King on the round table. It's better dudes. It's better dudes.
Voch.
Yes, sir.
What young man is playing in the receiver room?
Shit. Come on now.
CeeDee Lamb is that the young guy talking about? 3-year veteran now. Michael Gallup, 4-year veteran, been in the league. And who was the other one? 5-year veteran Noah Brown. So who's playing that? I mean, CD, is that what you talking about? That the mix? I mean, we ain't like we got Jamar Chase, first, second year guys in here playing. These guys been here for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So that's interesting.
They were using Jalen Tolbert as a blocking tight end last game.
Facts.
As a blocking receiver tight end. They did nothing with Tolbert. Let me say something. And I love Jalen Tolbert as a future prospect.
Jalen Tolbert's not stopping me from signing Odell Beckham.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Scott. That's what I'm saying, bro. I will cut Simi today to get Odell Beckham on this team, sir. And if Odell want to be here for 3 years, 4 years, buy a house in Frisco. Jerry will buy you a house in Frisco. And then write you a check, sir. Come on home, Odell Beckham, so we can make this run.
Now, I think wasn't that coach speak, Voch? We like our guys. I mean, I hate to say that, but
because you and that's fair, Will, because Mike McCarthy is a player's coach. And the one thing Mike McCarthy can't come out here and say, man, our wide receivers is bullshit. I'd love to have Odell Beckham. Mike McCarthy can't say that. Voch can say that. Will can say that. Mike McCarthy got to say, hey, man, I like what we got, man. Our dudes can get it done just in case you can't sign Odell Beckham. Our dudes can get it done.
But the cat's out the bag.
It's definitely out the bag. It's definitely out the bag. And I think this is as aggressive as the Cowboys have pursued a wide receiver in trade talks, free agent talks since Amari Cooper. You know what I'm saying? So the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Somebody's lacking here. Y'all should look over your shoulders. Noah Brown, Simi, them. Y'all should look over your shoulders.
Yeah.
There's a little responsibility on y'all. I bet who ain't tripping? Foe. He ain't tripping. He would love to have Odell Beckham in the backyard catching passes on his fresh new grass in his backyard. You kidding me?
And I think what's going underrated here potentially is that Odell, if you listen to that one part of the quote, I live my rock and roll life. I want to settle. Think about it. He's got a ring. So it's not like he's, going to be desperate to get a ring. He wants to be in a place where A, he's won it, and B, he can put some roots down and settle down. So I don't know that he'd come here and be the diva wide receiver that needs to get 15 targets a game. I think Odell just wants to be a part of an organization for longer than 4 months and be a part of the camaraderie in the locker room and be a part of an organization that's winning. And, I think Dallas, if he joins Dallas, all those things can be checked. He can help them get to that last part.
Plus, I love what you say, Will Seal, man. When we're presented with some new data, we got to make an adjustment, bro. Odell Beckham ain't been a diva in a long time. Like, we haven't heard diva from Odell. I think him whooping the kicker's net was the last thing diva like that we heard from Odell Beckham. Like, we didn't hear about this in the, when he was with the Rams, and he wasn't the number one receiver at the Rams. I think that's another bit of evidence, right?
Yep.
It ain't like they were spamming targets at Beckham. Cooper Kupp was the guy, but Odell Beckham played his role. He was a cog in that offense. And I think when you win, that's all you care about. When you win, that's all you care about. So with that being said, the 4 teams that he named it was Bills, Packers, reunion with the Giants, and it was Dallas Cowboys. Now we know that he wants to go to a winner. I think that goddamn take the Packers out of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think he want to catch passes from Daniel Jones. This ain't me being an optimistic Cowboy guy. I just don't think he want to catch passes from Daniel Jones. I think he wants to be a part of something prolific. Plus, you can look at the Giants and feel like, yeah, man, they winning, but come on. You know what I mean? So I really think this is a Bills Cowboys conversation. Do you think the Cowboys are as attractive of a destination as the Bills are, Will Seal?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I mean, definitely if Odell's looking at it from a competition standpoint, it's like, well, there's a number of things also we could look at. Do I want to be in upstate New York to finish my career?
Fair enough.
New York Giants, maybe because he's been there before, he's got connections there. It is what it is. It'd be a homecoming of sorts. But I mean, to retire in a way in Dallas, the weather, no state tax, you got your franchise quarterback. This team drafts well. The only thing they don't do that the other teams do is they participate in free agency and in the trade department. But I mean, at the end of the day, Dallas still keeps themselves relevant in the sense of, we're playoff contenders. This would be the year they got to prove they can be more than just that, right? But I mean, I don't see why. Listen, I get it, y'all. Josh Allen. Although I got some things about Josh, but the Bills.
We're gonna talk about it.
The Bills went to the AFC Championship game. They did, the Bills look legit. There's no doubt about it. They look legit.
Not yesterday.
I'm just saying, Dallas over the last 2 years also look legit, and the NFC, it's not a juggernaut. So, do you want to have to beat Pat Mahomes, or do you want to have to beat
Kirk Cousins,
Jalen Hurts?
We gonna beat.
I digress.
I got a little bit of that later on. We go around the league because when we ain't got film, we got to talk about something. We're gonna talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Also, one last point I want to make before we move on is Odell is recovering from the ACL this year.
Yeah,
I think a long-term contract is even more attractive because, hey man, you get Odell Beckham this year, but the longer he gets away from that ACL, the motherfucker gets better.
Yes,
he gets better and better. So I think it's even better. Like I wouldn't sign him to a 1-year deal or just the rest of this year deal anyway.
Same.
You know what I mean? Give him 2-3 more and see if he can come back as Odell Beckham, the MFer that we always talk about. Will still Odell Beckham.
Yeah. Earlier this morning, I said the same thing. I said I would be interested in a multi-year deal because now because you don't have to ramp him up in a fast pace. Then you can say, okay, listen, we're invested in you for at least the next year and a half, possibly 2 more years, right? So what are you comfortable with? What can you do best right now? And we'll just work that way, work with that throughout the playoffs, throughout the rest of the season. Then in the offseason, we'll throw the whole playbook at you. You know what I'm saying? And then now you go into next year, hopefully, you have the Odell Beckham who's healthy, you have MG13 who's healthy, and then CeeDee Lamb who's healthy. Now, and then you can say, hey, Jalen Tolbert, maybe year 3 will be a year. Now you have this full complement of wide receivers that none of them. I mean, you would hope Odell is not, hey, give me the ball. But something just feels like he doesn't care about that at this point right now. He just wants to be somewhere where he's wanted. You don't hear Michael Gallup complain about getting a rock. CeeDee Lamb, you don't really hear him complain about getting a rock. You hope Odell doesn't complain about it. So you got a group of wide receivers who will buy in as long as you're winning.
Odell is different. He's a man. He's 40. I'm not going to the phones yet, but I am going to Short Dog. Short Dog, what up?
Yeah, Voch. No, I did. Shout out, bro. Everybody like, subscribe. We got to get my boy Voch up to 80K and get Skywalker, Steele. They're the best guys doing it in the business, bro. But look, I'm going to say this about CD, bro. Look, you got to look at I know a lot of people are hating on him. He's on track right now to have 1,200 yards and have 6 touchdowns. Yeah. He's been playing with Cooper Rush. He's been playing his first year. He played with freaking, what's his name, the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, and Dan Gill, putting up these numbers. In his first 2 years, he had more yards than both Michael Irvin or Des Bryant. Right. So at the end of the day, bro, give the guy some slack. He's going to be all right. He's going to be a number one. But the two-pronged question with Odell, you got to get him. Not only to win, and he's a chance to win and make us really good, but he's going to land up beating us if we don't sign him. So you have to get him. It's like an op, bro. You don't give your op the tools to get you killed. You got to get all the weapons and stock up in the arm race and go at them. And go at
you just got free, Short Dog. You just got out of jail, Short Dog.
I'll be with you, and I got you, my guy. I'll be up there Thanksgiving, so check me out on Facebook. Either you on Skywalker still, hit me on a message, and I'll take you guys out.
I appreciate it, Short Dog. I'm gonna be right in jail. I'll be right in jail, Short Dog. Appreciate it. Wednesday, I'll be right in jail with him. All right.
The conference has been locked.
We're gonna go back to the phones. Will Steele, I just want to ask you a few questions around the league. Shit. Man, dog, you got a little Short Dog, man. You got a little Short Dog. Will Steele. Damn, dog. D Shift always trying to call in.
The conference has been unlocked.
Call back in, D Shift, so I can lock the phone. Damn, Short Dog. All right, Will Steele, do you believe in football math?
What does that mean?
Just because something happened here plus something happens there means it
Nah. I know what you're getting at. So-and-so beat so-and-so who also beat so-and-so and they lost to. No.
Sure. Okay.
Not in NFL, at least.
I believe in a version of it, right? I think matchups mean something for sure. But like I see the Bears put up points against Dallas or whatever, right? All right, cool. Is that a fluke? I mean, we bad. I mean, the Bears good on offense. Something. All right, cool. And then I see them versus the Dolphins. When Tua's healthy, the Dolphins are a contender. You know what I'm saying? So when I see the Bears have a competitive fight with them, I go, Now, I don't fully believe in football math. Like, the Cowboys scored 49 points on the Bears and the Dolphins didn't. We got a better offense than the Dolphins. I don't believe in that football math. But I do believe in the idea that the Bears being able to do what they do, not just versus the Cowboys, but versus the Dolphins also, it lets me feel a little better because I guess this is what the Bears is going to be doing for the rest of the season. This makes sense to you, Will, still?
It is, but if we're using the Bears as an example, they also have lost 3 of the last 4, if I'm not mistaken, right?
They lost all of them. Don't get me wrong. They losing. They not winning. Yeah. But I'm just looking at it from a standpoint of them producing on offense and looking much better when they let Justin Fields do more Lamar Jackson type things as opposed to try to make him more of a pass is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and we know the Cowboys struggle with that running type of quarterback, which it seems like the last 4 teams are struggling corralling Justin Fields. So yeah.
I was always offense wins championships guy. I just, been that guy, you know what I mean? Because it's like a passing league. It was at the time when I was thinking this. I was like, man, it's a passing league. Some of the best dudes always making it to the game, man. It's a quarterback-driven game, man. This is an offensive game, man. I think this year, I think defense and run games making their way back. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm just going to start with, because this is the contrary to my example, but I do think his legs there.
The conference has been locked.
The only reason the Titans lost to the Chiefs last night is because Malik Willis played the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life. But if Tannehill would have played last night, I feel like defense and run game would have outdone top tier offense of Chiefs. You know what I mean? And I normally don't even watch outside Cowboy games, but hey, Yahoo dropping some Yahoo fun, so I gotta, just be aware of what's going on. You know what I mean? And then I look at the Washington Football Wizards having a close game with the Vikings and things. And then I look at the Jets beating the Bills by 3, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I don't do football math, Will, still. I don't do football math. But if this has turned into a defensive league, okay, phone's locked. If this has turned into a defensive league, and if there's anything that the Cowboy fans have wet dreams about, it is our defense, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think we're in good position to make a run for real? And look, I know the answer, and we've talked about this before, but it's bye week, Will. Still, you know, we ain't got film to break. We ain't got film to break that, right? But I just think more and more, I think run game and defense is making a comeback, right? And teams without quarterbacks, Will, still. I mean, Geno's playing well, you know what I mean? But teams without elite quarterback play.
Geno's playing well, yeah.
Geno's playing well, Will, still. You know what I mean? Jets ain't got very much going quarterback-wise. I mean, you know, Kirk Cousins. All right. Taylor Heineke can make a living in this league. You know what I mean? It has run game and defense prioritized quarterback. I know the answer will say, but we just talked because it's about a week and we ain't got
Has it jumped it? No. Because at the end of the day, what happened in that Chiefs game? Down 17, down 9-17.
Yeah.
The quarterback. So it works in conjunction with. You know what I'm saying? Technically, passing and scoring is down this year. Running is up this year. Defense has always been here. Like let's not get it twisted. The defense, you have to pack a punch with the defense unless you got greatest show on turf. You know what I mean? You need to pack a punch defensively. But at the end of the day, when you get into those defensive games, I need my quarterback to be able to make some plays because you ain't going to run the ball down the field. The Chiefs are a perfect example of that. I know you said Tannehill, you know, maybe they win that game. Maybe. But maybe Tannehill also screws it up because I've seen Tannehill screw it up a lot. We saw it in Cincinnati. They had a chance to go win the game, and he threw 3 interceptions and the game-losing interception, and they went down and kicked the field goal. So at the end of the day, your quarterback is likely going to have to make big plays throughout that game and probably going to have to make the drive of the game at the end of that game. So, yeah, running game is back, right? Running game is probably, I don't want to say king. I don't want to use that term. But a lot of teams are running the ball well. But a lot of the teams that are winning right now are winning because their quarterbacks are actually playing well enough at the very least, right? And that's even like Zach Wilson's not losing you games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what makes me feel good about my beloved Dallas Cowboys. Because I think if there's anything that's leading the way right now, it'll be the defense, the fact that we're number one in like pressures and sacks and shit like that. You know what I mean? Then we are a run heavy team. We are I would say predominantly, I mean, we're balanced, but we're going to be leaning on run a lot more than we normally are. But then you take that, which you can win games versus good teams in this league. We've seen it happen with just run game and defense. Then you fucking throw Dak Prescott on top of that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I know I'm the homer, Will, still. You don't like the SB word, but I say it in my sleep. You know what I mean? I say it in my sleep, Will, still. You know what I mean? And you don't really go that route. But if we end up in the playoffs, dog, and it's like Seahawks, Falcons, Vikings.
Yeah, you if you go in the playoffs and there's no Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers,
like we might have the best quarterback in the playoffs. Is what I'm saying, Will.
Yes.
I thought about this shit the other day, Will. We might have the best quarterback. Yeah, guess what I'm saying? Okay, go.
And that's why I was like, man, we're gonna make a move here.
Yeah, let's go get fucking Odell Beckham.
You know what I'm saying? For the first time in Romo's era, in Dak's era, you could go into these playoffs not having to deal with Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. You know what I mean? These guys who were constantly in Russell Wilson, like those guys were constantly involved in the playoffs and getting to where they got to. So yeah, man, you get to the tournament, you got a shot.
Let me chill out, man, because I'm a homer. You know what I mean? Y'all know me.
I don't think that's a homer take.
Wilson, I'm a homer, but
the homer take is we're winning the Super Bowl and no context matters.
We are. I mean, we are with no context, but when Will Steele start talking about it, I feel a little better. You know, I feel a little better. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get into the phones, man. I was gonna try and talk a little bit to get to 4:00, then start the phones at 4, but we ain't got no film. We'll clock out early. We'll just go to the phone. 704. What's up? Who it is? All right. I should have went to a platinum call first.
Okay,
What's that?
No Metal Gear?
Nah. We trying to clock out Wilson. We'll go ahead and say it in 15 seconds. King Cowboy, what's up?
King Voch, King.
You better hit that button. Hey, you better hit that button. Hey, you better. Hey, look. I was about to hit that Zach Martin cap space button. You better say something.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Yo, it came in funny. The call came in funny for some reason.
Mine too.
I don't know why.
Mine too. But go ahead, King Cowboy. What you got for the show?
Oh, no, we good. Piggyback on what y'all was talking about with the Odell. For me, with the Odell thing, you know why I feel like they're having hesitations about it? Because guess what? In Cowboy Nation, they're going to like this. If he come in, he's wide receiver 1. I'm going to be dead ass honest. He's the number 1 receiver for us now. I love CeeDee Lamb to death. Odell come in, he's number 1 now. He's not number 2. If he come back healthy, he's number 1. Oh, I feel like Jerry Jones and them is like, we don't know if we want that competition with CeeDee, and
Jerry Jones loves him.
We'll bring him in. Odell going to take the coverage to him over CeeDee Lamb. Let's be honest. He's taking the double team on him.
Why are you making this? Why are you so hostile about it though?
Oh no, I'm just talking aggressive. My bad. Jersey. That's how we talk.
No, I hear you, but you saying it like it'd be a problem if you believe that he's the number 1 wide receiver.
No. I just like I said, I was thinking just I'm just talking. As a Cowboys fan,
would you welcome that?
I want people to understand, like, remember this. This might be the reason why we don't sign him. Because they're like, CeeDee Lamb, they want him to be our number 1 so bad. It's like, we bring Odell. Odell going to take that top spot. For me, it's not a problem. Bring him.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I could tell.
King Cowboy, you know who the number 1 receiver on this team going to be? Like Dalton Schultz or something. You know what I mean? Whoever the hell open. It ain't this ain't a wide receiver 1 type offense, bro. You know what I mean? Dak is gonna get the ball to the best guy. And what Odell does, instead of giving you a number 1 receiver, he simply allows you to keep Noah Brown off the field for 40 plays, 50 plays. He'll put Noah Brown on the field for like 15 to 20 or so. You know what I mean? So this ain't really like an Odell power move like that. Plus, we don't know what ACL Odell looks like. We just know that off ACL, we just know that ACL Odell is better than Noah Brown right now. I'm willing to bank on that right now. So like I said, and that's why I wanted to say earlier, we're a super committee now, not a Deontay Thompson, Allen Hurns, you know what I'm saying, Cole Beasley committee, but we're just a committee of all capable receivers. Right, we're just capable dudes. We're just a 1A, 1B, 1C wide receiver core. We got 3 receivers, we got 3 tight ends, and Dak just gonna boogie with them. That's what I think.
King, I think there would be something to the number 1 thing next year, but it's impossible for him to come in, play 3 games, 4 games, and be a number 1 because I just don't think he'll have enough of the playbook to be number 1. And by that time, you're talking about CeeDee Lamb gaining even more trust, more games with Dak, more productivity. I just don't see how he can be and I'm using air quotes here, number 1 right now. Next year, you might be onto something. But also, what if they don't care? You know what I mean? What if they don't care? Because it didn't seem like Lamb cared. It seemed like Lamb was thrown the number 1 stuff.
Scott, do you think it's easy for a receiver to come in and understand the playbook as far as it's like, okay, we're not going to do wild bananas, screen left, 45 black, like, okay.
Beckham did last year and won a ring with him.
On this play. You got 7 route on this play.
Beckham did last year.
Beckham
did last year and won a ring.
And that's what I was saying earlier, King. By maybe if you sign him to a long-term deal, maybe you long-term like 3 years. Maybe you don't have to give him the entire playbook. You just give him what he's good at right now, what he understands right now, what he's confident in, and then you throw the whole playbook at him next year if you need to. So I think it's not easy to come in here in an offense you never had and just right away you're number 1. Like it's difference between coming in here and getting, included in the offense. It's another thing to come and be like, yo, that's my number 1 with no history with this quarterback, this organization, this scheme, and you're the number 1 in 3-4 weeks. I just find that a little bit hard to believe.
Appreciate you, King Cowboy.
I got you.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Good stuff.
And then, even if Odell's like a little bit better, right? It's not like a huge talent, like a distance between him and Lamb. Like Chase Claypool going into Chicago, he's probably the number 1 guy right now. You know what I mean? Because it's him, Equanimous. I almost called him Paul Mooney, Darnell Mooney, my bad. Them dudes ain't number 1 dudes, man. And to be fair, Chase Claypool not neither, but in that room of dudes, He's a rest in peace, Paul Mooney. He's not them dudes in that group of dudes. Odell Beckham probably I ain't gonna say with my God, but he blends in with what CeeDee might be for you. You know what I'm saying? It's two of them now, so it's cool.
I just don't know if there will be that type of hostility, you know. And I'm having fun with King. That jersey, like it's gonna be a problem. Gonna be a problem with these Cowboy fans. He gonna come in here and be a number one.
For sure.
Oh, wait a minute. If he does, what's wrong with that?
Now what? And then what?
but no, I just don't know that Lamb cares, bro.
Yeah, Lamb don't. And then like Odell Beckham, man, you know, like you said earlier, man, he's a man. He's 40. You know what I mean? He got a fiance, a baby. He trying to chill now. He's had his fun, you know. And he ain't been a diva in a long time. He ain't hit the kicking net in a long time. He ain't ripped off his helmet and smacked somebody in a long time. Like he's been chilling for the most part. So I think that's good indication, if anything. Maybe he had a bad attitude because he was with the Giants and they was losing. Yeah. But we didn't see that with the Rams. So there you go. And boy, all you gotta do is make a run. Everybody shut the hell up. Look, man, Gallup can have one catch. Gallup, you happy? We won it. You know what I mean?
Gallup damn sure don't care.
Yeah, Gallup better not care. Gallup ain't got a choice but to not care. Get his ass by there. Sit your ass. You lucky we gave you money. Sit your ass down. Let's get Reek on the phone. See what he's talking about. What up, Reek?
Yo, what's going on, Voch? What's going on, Sky?
We cool and play.
What's going on, Cowboy Nation? Yes, sir. I want Odell Beckham to come in because it's all about the push to in the playoffs. I mean, it's about them clutch situations, that 3rd and 2, or you know what I mean, 3rd and 5. You know what I mean, that we got to get in the playoffs, because when the playoffs, people got to understand something. When the playoffs come and you on the road to the Super Bowl, man, the stars stand out, man.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean, because it's series by series. You know what I'm saying? It's play by play. You know what I mean? And those are teams that win in the end.
Let me say this better for you, Reek.
Clutch.
Let me say this better for you. Every single play counts when you're playing good teams in the playoffs. If Cedric Wilson's ball skills are a little better, we beat the 49ers. I understand what you're saying. You saying that wrong. If Dak would have thrown the ball to Odell Beckham as opposed to Cedric Wilson, and Cedric Wilson is cool, but Cedric Wilson isn't elite, so his ball skills made him lose the football in the air by 2 yards, and we missed it. If we have a wide receiver with, if that was Trey Diggs, we'd have caught that motherfucker, won the goddamn play. You know what I'm saying? So every single play matters, especially when you playing against teams that don't really have a lot of deficiencies, like Buffalo Bills and fucking them guys. But yeah, I feel, and the Eagles and shit.
Yeah, man, because it's like with us, we need to be focused more on, if we get Odell Beckham into this wide receiver room, is he going to push the clutch gene out of Lamb that's there, that he just haven't tapped into yet? Because we know Gallup has a clutch gene. He got hurt last year with his clutch gene. He caught a touchdown and got hurt. You know, that was big time. Like, but at the same time too, we need somebody that's on that big brother figure, right? That Amari Cooper was a little bit last year, the last couple of years to CeeDee Lamb. We need somebody else to come into there to push this dude like, yo, bro, you the best dude on the field. The ball is yours when it's in the air. Can't nobody stop you. I don't care who's checking. Right. That's the type of person I want in that locker room with them. When things get tight, when we need to go make a play, who's on the team that's going to go out here and make the play for
Michael
us?
Parsons.
That's what I want to see. I don't want to see no quit. I want to see us go forward, man. And I really believe the type of person that Odell Beckham is, he has chilled out, he calmed down. But I do feel like he still got that dog in him to help out the rest of the dogs in the room, to like, can't nobody beat us when we in the field. That's what I want to see going forward, and that's what I definitely want to see in the playoffs.
Quick question, Reed.
Going in the playoffs with the defense we got, can't nobody stop us.
Quick question.
We got to put points on the board.
Quick question, Rick. I'm looking in the chat box right now. Would you take Van Der Esch's money and give it to Odell Beckham, or do you want to keep the defense intact?
I throw Van Der Esch up the nearest bridge, man. Get on. All right, Joe.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Appreciate you, Rick.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Hilarious. Oh man, the chat, and you know, Will, it's so dope that we have a community of people to where the callers are characters in the show. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there go Reek, there go Uncle Charlie, there go Short Dog. Like when Short Dog call in, people in the chat go free Short Dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, son. Come on, son. What show better than that? We gonna keep getting better, man. We just hit the like button. We'll keep getting better, man. I promise you. Let's get Colson on the phone. Let's see what he's talking about. What's up, Colson?
What's up, my brother? How you and Scott doing today?
Man, we chilling, man. Trying to get a little content in. What you got for the show?
Oh, that's what's up, man. I just came home from fucking Paris and Italy. I'm beat, and I've been missing y'all. I've been wanting to catch up on y'all's content, so I thought I'd call in. Yo, your boy from Jersey must be smoking that Jersey-lism.
Yeah.
If he thinks Odell is going to come in here and unseat CeeDee as the number one receiver with no reps with Dak, no nothing in the playbook, don't know nothing going on in the offense.
Yeah.
You know, I feel how he could help, you know, and take some pressure off, and you're going to have to account for him, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's OBJ, like, you know. But at the same time, like you mentioned, how healthy is he? Like, what are we going to get from him?
Yeah. Fair enough. But you know, like we've been saying, I don't even think Odell's like a wild card anymore. I just think if he's simply better than Noah Brown, we win. Simply better than Noah Brown.
Of course he is. Of course, in my mind, of course he is. You know, and if we could get him, I think we should. I think Jerry should sign that check and like Sky said, do like a 3-year deal with maybe a opt out on the third. Yeah. And when we have him for a year and a half. And then if he improves and he still got something left in the tank, who knows?
Yeah. Man, appreciate you, Colson. Good call, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Appreciate you, Colson.
All right. Well, you guys keep up the good work, man. And I missed y'all, man. I was man, they Wi-Fi over there be bugging, bro. I was like, dang, I want to see my boys.
You living that life, man. Don't worry about us. You can just watch us on the replay. You better live that life. Appreciate you, man. I was about to say something. I started making Zach Brown band jokes.
That's who that was.
Yeah, it's Coach from Zach Brown. I was about to say Will Steele. I was gonna talk about Odell Beckham. I was about to say Will Steele. God damn. I'm gonna think about it. We're gonna get Karen from Michigan on the phone. As I think he was talking about Odell Beckham. Stephen Jones. Oh, yes, he was talking about Odell Beckham and da-da-da. If y'all don't think that this contract, if Stephen Jones is in charge of it, that this shit ain't filled with incentives, money from like milestones or whatever. If you don't think that this shit gonna have dead years in it, you know what I mean, voided. If you don't think all that extra language gonna be in there, behavior clauses, it's definitely gonna be security in the contract. So we ain't gotta worry about that, man. We ain't
that's why I feel like this would play in their favor. Because you're not taking on a contract in a trade you really can't do anything about. Brandon Cooks. You know what I mean? You're not giving up any assets, Jerry Jeudy. You're merely getting a guy who would agree to the terms that you, and his terms is too, obviously you got to come to a resolution there, a middle ground, right? Compromise. But man, you couldn't ask for a better situation, because I'm pretty sure like we can get out of the last year if it's going to be a 3-year type of deal, man. I'm pretty sure.
Simi gets cut if Odell Beckham gets here.
He on IR, so they could just keep his ass on IR.
Okay, cool. Yep. Damn, boy, Simi gonna be walking around healthier than mud. IR to the end of the year. I feel good, Coach. I bet. Sit down. Because Turpin ain't going nowhere. And if you got rid of Tober wouldn't come over. And I do think Tober will be better for the future or whatever. But yeah, and then Noah Brown will be going next year. So yeah, it could play out for us. Sorry, Sammy. Sit your ass down. Let's go, Kev from Michigan. See what he's talking about. What's up, Kev?
What's going on, Voch? How you doing, man?
Yeah, we cool and player. Me and Will still putting in work post by week.
Of course, Will still. How you feeling, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Just to kind of attach myself to the OBJ fodder. My question. First, I want to agree with Will still with his take with Boy from Jersey and saying, if he is number one, what's the problem with that? With OBJ, you get a veteran guy who doesn't have the monkey on his back to go get a Super Bowl. Yeah. He clearly said, I already did all that stuff in the past. I got my yards, I got my ring. I just want to win now. I just want to keep going, progressing my career, progressing my legacy. Having a guy like that in your locker room who even knows how to be a wide receiver number one. And with this team, especially with CeeDee, even though he had Amari the last few years, having a guy that's been first team All Pro, super impactful. I think like his presence is more beneficial than just like his presence like on the field for the initial few weeks while he tries to build that chemistry with Dak. Secondly, my real question, I just wanted to throw that comment out. But secondly, my question for both of y'all is, what do y'all think it'll take for us to like sign him? Because like Voch just mentioned that Stephen Jones, he likes to have a lot of voidable years, a lot of really intricate contract language in these contracts, especially for somebody who's kind of like proven but still, you know, coming off an injury. Me personally, I think 3 years, $40 million will get him with a voidable year at the third. I'm interested to see what y'all think about like what the contract terms would have to be. Like, what do we have to pay him?
Appreciate you, Kev. Good call. Will is definitely contract guy, and I'm sure Matt Owen's gonna be throwing around some numbers in the chat box. Everybody, please keep eyes on the chat. I'm just putting pressure on Matt Owen right now. Will, what you think it's gonna take to get him?
That's a really good question, man. Because part of me believes that it's not just the money. I mean, obviously the money is part of it. I feel like the years, the length is what's really going to matter to him, because he's tired of living out of a hotel or Airbnb or renting somewhere. You know what I mean? He wants to be settled. So if you go to him with a 2-year deal, I'm just throwing numbers out there. 2-year deal, $20 million, and somebody throws in a 3-year deal, you know, $20 million. You might be like, if I got 3 years guaranteed with this team, I'm more secure here, you know, this way. And depending on who it is, if it's 3 years in New York with the Giants, maybe not. But you know what I mean? So I don't know. What's attached to it? If it's 3 years, $10 million, probably not coming to Dallas for that. I think he still wants what he believes he's worth. Number, I have no number for you. This is a very different situation. A guy coming off another ACL injury, just won a Super Bowl. You could argue both ways, a cheap contract or an expensive one.
Matt Owen has some numbers, because I knew he had crunched these numbers before. I just knew he had the information on hand. That motherfucker copied and pasted this from a notepad in his damn phone. I knew he was ready. He says 4 years, $46 million, 11.5 average with 19.7 guaranteed. That's 2 years. With year 4 as a void. This is based on Michael Gallup's contract structure. I'll do it. That's easy peasy money. That's easy money. And honestly, like he ain't asking for Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill money. If he ain't ask for that, we can work. We can work, sir. And I think all this matters because, hey, what about CeeDee Lamb contract?
Make the numbers jump if you really wanted to, but he's not. I feel like Diggs is the guy after this year you lock up. Yeah. Unless, hey, y'all, CD might fuck around, go off these next 8 games, 9 games, and now I might have a different conversation. But
good problem to have.
Good problem to have.
Good problem to have. Let's get these last 2 calls we never heard of. We're gonna get up out of here. 902, what up? Who this?
What?
I'm trying to clock out. I'll leave anyway. 945, what's up? Who this?
Man, this Real Bishop Kane, man, calling from Dallas, Texas, right?
Who? you said this?
Real Bishop Kane in the chat box, man.
Okay, got you. Real Bishop Kane. I ain't Real Bishop Kane. What you got for the
Kane? Going to see the Canes.
I didn't know what you were saying. Real Bishop Kane. What's good, player? What you got for the show?
Man, first off, I just want to say I appreciate y'all, man. Man, y'all boys is way better than all the 4-letter and the 3-letter networks. So I really just wanted to get that out the way because I don't never call. So I just want to let y'all know I appreciate y'all hard work, man,
Thank
for
you,
this Cowboy Nation, man.
Appreciate you, landlord. Kane. Appreciate Bishop Kane. Appreciate you, man.
But yeah, man, 2 points I wanted to make. One is about the Odell point. Hey, man, if the man didn't get hurt in that Super Bowl, he really would have won MVP.
Of course,
sure.
He really would have won Super Bowl MVP if he didn't get hurt. So it's like, it's not a conversation to have about should we get Odell. The man's a dog. He put us on the highlight forever. His best catch that's going to go in the Hall of Fame when he go in the Hall of Fame is against the Cowboys. Like, we need him. We need him.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say that. And 2, man, I want to say, what do y'all think about going ahead and, like you said, locking up Trey Diggs next year, man? Just getting them on in.
Yes.
I think they're gonna do that as soon as he's eligible, which is next year
after the season.
After the season, yeah. Honestly, I think like Trey and I don't know. Will, can Micah get paid before Diggs?
No.
I mean, can Micah get paid before Lamb?
No, 3 years.
Cool.
So
3 years.
after next year. Yeah.
After next, okay, cool. Trey definitely gonna get his. Trey definitely gonna get his. You don't want to wait that out. You want to go ahead and lock it up early because he's trending up quickly. So you go ahead and lock him up. So yeah, for sure. Diggs is next, in my opinion.
All right, man. One more thing, man. Hey, we seen a lot of news circulation about Philly winning the Super Bowl and the World Series. That's one of y'all dreams killed. That's one of y'all dreams killed. Another one coming in. Cowboys Nation, I'm out.
Hey, man, listen, man. Real Bishop Kang, I just put you down platinum, man. Appreciate you, sir. Hey, let me tell y'all something, man.
And they lost some soccer championship or something like that. So
yeah, some old bullshit. Yeah. Oh, fucking kids, man. I can't wait to see them dudes again, man. I can't wait to see them dudes again, bro. I'm telling you. Can't wait to see them again, man.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what we're gonna talk about tomorrow. How can the Cowboys get better going into week 10?
We'll figure it out. One thing about Dallas, they
Something
always give you something.
Yeah, something gonna happen. Yeah, somebody gonna drop a quote. Someone gonna drop a quote. We're gonna turn that quote in like 50 minutes. We're gonna lean on calls. We'll definitely figure it out. But then listen, chat. But when we get to Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be breaking down Green Bay, man. We'll be breaking down Green Bay. So don't even worry about it. You know. Let's
Supers.
Yep. Check on my supers, man. We can go ahead and close these phones up, man. Nothing going on, man. Ain't nothing going on up in here. Let's check on these supers, man. Chat, sorry for not being, towards the end of last week, last Wednesday, Thursday, but
it's much needed.
Yeah, we needed that, man. We needed time. Man, look, I went to Natchez. Grandma had a birthday. She turned 70. You know what I'm saying? Went down there to see her, went down there to see the family. Took the lady with me, you know what I mean? Showed her to all the family members. That's big business, man.
Oh my gosh. That recalibrates you, right? Get you back in balance a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, Will say this. Hey, look, this is how I do it. I was like, what's up, Uncle XYZ? This is her name. She been dealing with me. She been putting up with me. That's how I introduce her. I've been running her blood pressure up. I've been da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just watch this, Will, because I'm 30, right? And I promise I'm about to get into these supers. I'm 30, right? And I just don't bring a whole bunch of people home. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta be selective about who you bring home. So I find myself as a 30-year-old bringing somebody home to mom and fam, and I ain't know what to say. Like, do I say, hey, we go together?
We go together.
Hey, this is my shorty. this old girl I was telling you about, right? So I didn't know what to say, man. But I eventually settled on this is XYZ, and she's been dealing with me.
You don't let mom do just meet any old body.
No. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Oh man. All right. Let's go, man. Let's go. Will Steele is really a friend of mine in real life, man. Because whenever I'm going through any kind of shit in real life, I can just ask, hey, Will, you ever going through this? Will be like, yeah, man. You know how I go.
This is a conversation we had before we came on. I'm like, brother, I feel you, man.
Appreciate you, man. You're always there for me. Today's the 7th.
Got you, bro.
On the volume side, Darth Janus. Darth Janus dropped he dropped the deuce in the super chat. Says Rocky Bob no more. Actually, I take that back. That ain't our super chat. That's another show on the volumes. We're gonna skip these next two. I take that shit back. I don't know who that dude is.
Whoops.
As a super chat from the other volume show. We do not do that here. Going to go see Black Panther this weekend. All right, we don't wipe these 304s. I know he with us. I love the way these tight ends are blocking in the run game. Some 304 wanted me to wife her. Take a guess what I told her. What you probably said was, and then you probably hit her with a little bit of
fuck this shit. I'm
likely after that she heard this. And if I had to guess, after you did that, there was 6 people in the back screaming,
City boy, city boy.
all right, cool. Content came back.
Fact.
Appreciate you. We don't wipe these.
That was real good.
Appreciate you. We don't wipe these 304s, man. Appreciate you. That's all he had. Let's check the Voch side. See if we had any supers on the Voch side. Let's see. JD from DC. He simply said, good job, fellas. Appreciate you.
Marcus says Sky has over 70 years of relationship experience.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Where can you get better? Where can you get better? Better advice than that. Hey, man, if y'all haven't, y'all need to go watch the Roundtable, man. The Roundtable dropped another classic. Roundtable dropped.
I wanted to keep going, but you had to drive. Like we gotta hit them one time, Voch, with a 3-hour show.
Okay. I will take your counsel, sir. We'll do it. I'd be conscious of y'all time, especially your time, because you be wanting to be in the bed early. You know what I mean?
If it's the weekend, I don't give a damn. Weekday? Yeah, brother. I'll let you know. Hey, listen, man.
But then you superstitious, and we can't do it before an important game. So let's see.
I'm just a little stitious, man.
So the last important game is the Eagles game for Christmas. So you want to do it? Let's do it after the Texas game, before the Jaguars game.
Oh, listen, I'll give a damn if we do it before the Texans or Jaguars game.
Yeah. We should be talented enough to overcome that. That little karma.
My little stitches.
Yeah. Or let's just do it and after Eagles goes in the Titans, but I'm fine with that. Let's do after the Eagles game. The next round table, that's after Christmas, going into New Year's. That's after the Eagles game, going into Titans or whatever. And that's 2 games for the playoffs. So that gives us a good chance to wipe all that energy off, all that superstition off.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm perfect. That's perfect. Let's do it.
Cool. That's the next round table. All right, chat. For whatever reason y'all didn't get a chance to call into the show, now is your time. We looking at you. What's up? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What y'all got? And if y'all ain't got nothing interesting, I'm leaving. If y'all ain't got nothing interesting, I'm leaving. E2 Blue in the chat. What's up? Y'all go follow E2 Blue. He does cowboy content. Also, he does a damn good job at it. E2 Blue, because he changed his name just like John G do.
E2 Blue Entertainment.
E2 Blue Entertainment. Y'all go check him out. Y'all go check him out. Check him out. Voch, why you smoke foots like that? That's what we do, player. That's what we do, player. Marcus Harrison says, this is prayers up, so let's see. We're gonna do this, we're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna clock out. Me and the lady gotta go walk around the park and shit, you know what I'm saying? Me and old girl gotta go walk around the park, you know what I mean? While. We're gonna do this one and dip out, you know what I'm talking about? They gonna do this one. Let me make sure we good to go here. We're going to make sure we good. Hear ye. Somebody said Will Steele was alive when this song came out. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's good.
To you.
Tay said, "What's up, Law Nation?" She said, "Law." She think this Law Nation show. Appreciate you, Tay. Thanks for being here.
None of us.
Right. Marcus Hardison says, "At the volume." That's me and Will Steele when he say that. At the volume. At the volume, you're born looking like your parents, yet you die looking like your decisions.
Ooh,
get that button. God damn. Come on, man.
Ooh.
You're born looking like your parents, your mom and your dad.
I'm taking that for real life.
But you die looking like your decisions. That is crazy.
Oof.
Prayers to Voch and Sky for being the change they want to see. Lions sleep outside.
What's that beat drop?
We coming. Hogan, we coming. UNLV. Damn, bro.
Damn. That might be my favorite one, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Whew, chat. It's been a fun one. It's been a good one. I always appreciate y'all coming through, man. Appreciate y'all supporting us. Somebody's still trying to get into the phone, but dog, we done read Marcus Harrison quote. We ain't go back to the phone. Dog, you know how far away we are from going back to the phones? Oh, Law Nation's in the chat. Oh, my mistake. Okay, well, let's give him a war call then. We ain't doing nothing else. Hey, can we get Flames in there, please?
Law Nation.
Can we get Flames in the chat for the OG, man? Law Nation, he's in there. He says, Natchez Donuts are the best, man. Come on, Law Nation, man. You got to let him know, man.
No. It's Natchez Donuts are the best. It's FUCK the rest. And if I may, I will like
see all of the indubitables and the symphonicies and the equinicities of Natchez's Donuts. See, yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, we're 1 time for your mind, 2 times for your city, girl. Listen, let me tell you something about Natchez's Donuts. The spherical circle on the outside and the creamy goodness. And I almost got us.
Wait a minute.
All right, so we gonna get up out. Hey, chat. Hey, that's what Law said. I said that.
Stop the cap.
Oh God. Let's
Oh,
get out of here.
City boy.
I got one more. Hold up. I got one more. Wait a minute. This ain't even program. What? I got one more. Wait. Watch this, Will. Look. Watch it.
Your mama sure does care about your twins.
All right, y'all. We all go ahead about it. Yeah. I appreciate. All right, man. Please follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARD. I follow the volume on all these pages, man. Follow. This ain't gonna be a long one. Follow Will Steele at Skywalker Steele A to Z Dallas in the morning. Y'all hold down for the Dallas Cowboys Peace Squeezy volume.
Gotta get to the button. There we go.
Beats Planet.
Creamy goodness. Somebody said creamy goodness. What's the address? Yo,